So first
Well,
job outside of college. So tell us a little bit, because I know that there are people out there who struggle with job searching.
oh man.
So, right? Like, and it's tough because, the line that you're fed, I think a lot of times is like, oh, go to this prestigious school and then you'll totally get a job. It'll be easy to get a job right out of college. And that's not always the case. I mean, it's hard for me to get a job right out of college too.
Well,
Um,
it didn't help that mud at that time was so not very well known.
yes, that didn't help.
And
It's
so
better now, I
I
hear.
can't even remember how I got my first job. I think it was a temp job at Medtronic or Mini-Med at that time, right? And they
Okay,
got purchased by Medtronic.
right.
But it was a temporary position as a mechanical engineer. And, I think a lot of times you kind of have to do what you need to do. Internships and co-ops are great. And I wish I'd taken advantage of that more in college.
Yeah.
Because like my summer job was at the university, which isn't really the best place if you want to go into industry. So I would probably focus more on getting jobs and internships. And co-ops are amazing for that too.
Yeah.
In places that you get extra, experience in the workplace.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes they actually have an avenue for you to be able to start work there as an intern.
Yeah. My problem was that I hated my internship and wanted no part of working there full time.
Oh, where did you intern at? I can't remember.
I summer interned at McDonnell Douglas the summer that it became Boeing.
Oh,
It was
Irvine.
down at Huntington Beach at like their space systems place.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that was pretty cool, being able to like more or less run amok in little electric carts around a giant place that was built basically a factory for like space stuff. That was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. And like, of course, me being young and female, people loved to talk to me.
Yeah.
So, and hell yeah, I took advantage of that because it was fun to learn about all of the things that were going on there. But yeah, it was also my first experience with like, it was, a huge company, and there's a ton of bureaucracy. There were like union politics and stuff going on, and it was just very rigid and regimented, like there was like, I could sort of get some time with this like tiny sort of prototyping machine shop that was like next door to the lab that I was working at.
Uh-huh.
And I could only sort of do that without anybody like complaining, because I was a college intern. If I had been a full engineer, then we would have had to like go through the main shop, and it would like a union person would have had to have performed that work.
Yeah.
And I am definitely in support of a lot of that, in support of unions, but it was like there was also a practicality that just was not there, right? Because I was talking about doing incredibly simplistic machining operations, drilling holes in things, like cutting roughly the right shape out of a piece of aluminum. I was doing things that needed maybe like an hour or two of time. And, that was me doing it. So I was slow, and like very simple things. And the main machine shops, like it was just like way too small of a job, and they were totally backlogged and stuff like that. So, I was in the position of like having to do it myself, or having to wait for like a month or two, and then my internship would have been over, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there were a lot of like sort of bureaucratic things like that were just incredibly inefficient, and it drove me nuts. It totally drove me nuts. So
yeah, no, I remember that. I mean, that's true at a lot of bigger companies, because they, not only just union, but they want to make sure nobody's getting hurt using the equipment too. But it's interesting. I feel like prototyping has like changed so much since we were that age, like
yeah.
with the advent of 3D printing, all these like additive technologies that's coming to place. You can actually design features you can ever actually machine. I mean, there's some really cool stuff coming down the pipeline.